Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Stephen, and this is your post-match reaction to Everton's 1-1 draw against AS Roma in the final pre-season friendly before the Premier League season starts again, and the final pre-season friendly ever at Goodison Park, ending in a 1-1 draw with Dominic Calvert-Lewin equalising for the Blues. Firstly, I think it was a better performance than we have seen in the last. Obviously, this pre-season has been a bit wishy-washy in certain places. I know the Coventry game seemed to strike up a lot of negativity. The Preston game was a lot better, and this one, in stages, I think we did play well, and we did deserve to get something from it. Probably, one of the really disappointing things that did come out of the game was the injury to Seamus Coleman in the first half. He did have to come off. Went straight down the tunnel as well. Of course, that's not what we want to see. He was replaced by Ashley Young, probably the only player in the squad who's actually older than Seamus Coleman. Interesting fact as well came up on commentary that if he plays next week, he'll be the oldest player to ever play for Everton in the Premier League, surpassing Richard Goff's record. So, yeah, I've just written down in my notes here that we just need a right back. We need somebody in. Because Ashley Young isn't going to be able to play in the Premier League at right back as a starter for Everton. I don't know what's happening with Nathan Patterson, what the situation is with him, but to be honest, when Seamus Coleman, at the age that he is now, coming into what could be his final season, I think you're clutching at straws a little bit, and this should have been a position that was identified at the start of the window, and it hasn't been. So for me anyway, I think a right back, people are saying a centre mid, but I'll move on to that in a minute, and possibly a striker. But yeah, the main thing I want to get out of the way before I get into the good stuff, one of the negatives, we need a right back in before the end of this window. We simply cannot go into the Premier League season with Ashley Young as the main starting right back. So moving on to O'Brien and Tarkowski, was very impressed with the way those two played. Seemed like they've been playing together for years, and you know, if Branthwaite it doesn't start the season or does leave at some point, maybe next season, I'm happy with these two at centre back. I think they're really good together. They fit really well, and yeah, I thought O'Brien today was impressive. A couple of misplaced passes, but apart from that, he looked comfortable. He looked comfortable on the ball. He looked comfortable in the Everton team with his teammates. So, yeah, for me, that's one thing I wanted to talk about was just how good I thought them two were together. Very promising for the start of the season, and fit really well into the Sean Dyche system. My personal man of the match, I know Iliman and Dye came on and had a great game, so did Jesper Lindstrom, and I'll talk about those in a minute. But I think Tim Irik-Boonam had a fantastic game in midfield for Everton. Playing with Idrissa Gueye, you would have thought they'd been playing together for years. His turn of pace in midfield, his ability to look forward and find a pass, just really unlocked things that Everton couldn't do last season in the midfield. So, yeah, special shout out to Tim Irik-Boonam, because I think he was fantastic today. Of course, went into half-time 1-0 down after the Lorenzo Pellegrini goal. A good one, to be honest. He just got clear of Tarkowski and he said Branthwaite then, and O'Brien, and slid it past Pickford, and we needed to see a little bit more of Everton in attack. A bit toothless in the first half. We needed to see more in the second half when it come to attacking the Roma goal and creating chances. And one of them was finished off by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I thought it was a really good goal personally. There's been a bit of speculation over his future, and I think that goal will have silenced some of his critics today. A long ball played forward, only needed 2 touches, a bit similar to the goals that we used to see from him. And yeah, I'm very happy that he was able to get on the score sheet, because he is our starting striker, and it is good for his confidence, to not just to have that penalty against Preston last week, but also to get a proper goal from open play and put it away in the back of the net. And then just to finish off, I just do want to talk about Jesper Lindstrom and Iliman and Dye. I was live tweeting the game today, and I didn't have enough time to type out all the things that they were doing. Simply, they came on, looked forward, looked bright, promising, everything that you want from a substitute coming off the bench. And Dye came on, almost scored a wonder goal a minute into his Goodison Park debut. Lindstrom, a cheeky little effort from a corner, and Dye making those Bolton runs with the ball at his feet, getting the Gladys Street up out of their seats. So, yeah, I think those two, if they don't start next week, then Evertonians will not be too happy, because those two today were the difference makers. And yeah, I'm really pleased with those two, and I think Ndiaye needs to start in that position behind Calvert-Lewin next week, in my opinion, anyway. But let me know what you think in the comments. Are you happy with the 1-1 draw in the final ever pre-season friendly at Goodison Park? Let's start talking about next week now. Brighton next week, Brighton at home, the first game of the final Premier League season at Goodison Park. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the game went today. If you'd have asked me going into it, I think I would have taken a 1-1 against a very, very good side. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Toffee Blues, and I'll see you in the next one.